Right, welcome to Vlog with a View. We're at Fish River Canyon in Namibia, and that's all I'm going to say on that. I'm actually feeling a bit rough today. Just got one of those classic bugs. I managed to avoid like nearly the whole trip without getting sick. These glasses are a bit broken. But no, the aim of this vlog, which is actually going to be split over a few days, is basically like a Q&A of everyone who's left on the trip, just to see how they liked it, run over a few different questions just to kind of give an idea for people who might want to be doing it in the future, of things that were enjoyed, highlights, maybe suggestions of what to bring. It's very windy, so you might not be able to hear me, but just to give you a quick indication of where I am, if I put my hands here. So I'm on the ledge, and that's the canyon, my friends. So it's a bit precarious, but worth it for the shot, I think. So, right, you're in the hot seat now, Often. Tiran, are you ready?
Ready, Freddy?
Is it recording already?
Yeah, it's recording already.
Yeah, let's go.
Okay, number one. What top tip would you have for other travellers thinking of doing this trip?
Start over. Take two.
I would say I brought a lot of clothes that I didn't wear normally back home, so I think bring clothes that you're comfortable and would wear back home.
Pack light and make sure you get your shit together. Sleeping bags and roll mats necessary. Don't forget those. Wet wipes are always handy. Bush camping.
I would say be really open-minded and come to do as many excursions as possible and really try to see the countries you're in.
Oh my god, just don't have issues with personal space.
Top tip would be budgeting and saving well in advance of the trip so that you don't feel like you're missing out on anything on the trip. There's nothing worse than seeing other people do stuff and you don't have money for it.
Don't get sunburned. For the love of God, don't get sunburned, because when you get sunburned in Africa, it's like severe sunburn, and it'll ruin a couple of days of the trip.
They need really to be prepared with the money.
I'd say be prepared to put forward your view and what you want to do. If you don't say what you want to do, then you'll follow the group and not get to do it.
I would say personally to learn how to cook before you come on this trip, because you do in fact need to feed 14 people on our trip every 4 days, and if you don't know how to cook potatoes, it is problematic.
Don't know, next one. Next one. What was your most inappropriate moment of the trip? I can't share that information on video, man.
Possibly my first Quancho of giving.
Definitely streaking down the train that went from Bulawayo to Victoria Falls. We'll leave it at that.
Streaking on the train, peeing in a bin on the truck.
So Sarah's just peeing in a trash can because she couldn't wait to get back to camp. What was the scariest thing you did on the trip?
Oh, jumping off that stupid gorge again in Vic Falls.
Scariest thing, very embarrassingly, was quad biking in Namibia. I found that terrifying.
That was when I did the zip liner. That was my scariest.
I did a lot of adrenaline things, but the gourd swing at Victoria Falls was definitely one of the most terrifying things I did in my life.
Probably the bungee jumping, to be honest.
Jumping over the gorge thing in Victor's.
I think it wasn't the scary. Actually, I've got two things, right? Can I do both? Okay, so one of them was falling on a viper in Chimanimani.
You fell on a snake, and then they were like, take the other route, it's safe. And then I nearly trod on a snake.
And the second one was when we almost got shot in Harare for going up Robert Mugabe Street. That was pretty cool.
Skydiving?
I don't think I had a scary moment. I took it all in my stride.
Bungee jumping, hands down. Skydiving.
The scariest thing here or to do on this trip.
Yeah.
Anyway, people that have been sick on this trip, there are a lot of people that have been sick, whereby it's not normal like that way though. Although you do find few people getting sick, but not like the whole trip though. And also driving at night back on that dusty road and bumps, and it was really hard work to do it, but we managed to do it there.
What was the funniest thing you did on the trip?
Funniest.
And don't say all your jokes.
I was about to say that. I think we were playing a game of Mafia and came up with some interesting ways for people to die. That was pretty funny.
Funniest thing? I don't know. It's all been quite fun.
I did or someone else did?
Either.
I think the best bit was when Kelsey was so drunk she was sick on the sand. The dog started eating it and then she fell over the dog.
Cry on a quad bike in the middle of the Namibian desert.
I'm always funny.
I don't know what the funniest thing we did. I think the funniest thing we saw was Martin getting controlled in the supermarket, but not squash.
The funniest thing was, when we got caught into Mikumi National Park, we stopped and the police asked me, have you paid? And I said, no. Do I need to pay? Just pretend I didn't know, but I knew how to pay though. So that was...
That was a bit jammy.
That was a bit jammy.
Again, peeing in the bin.
Yeah, Sarah peeing in the bin. Mine, personally, was losing my tent. So I went to 5 different tents before I found my own, including one tent twice.
Was there anything you didn't bring with you that you wish you had?
Yeah, sleeping mat!
A decent head torch.
I originally didn't bring a pillow, and then I borrowed one from someone who'd left the truck, and that changed my life.
Dignity.
A charger that charges my phone in under 12 hours.
Sleeping mat?
Oh yeah, you didn't bring a sleeping mat, did you?
Clothes for going out at night. I thought it was going to be all camping, dirty all the time, and it turns out we had a lot of nights where there were bars in town, so we went out, and you can't wear athletic shorts. But you can, but it's not recommended.
This time, no, because I've done trips before, so I think I covered it.
Conditioner. I only brought shampoo instead.
That's a good one, actually. Was there anything you did bring with you that you wish you hadn't?
Running shoes.
And
Thick woolly socks, which I didn't use once. Even though people said that the desert nights in Namibia and everything were going to be cold, they were not that cold. So these big woolly socks have literally just come with me the whole trip and haven't been used once.
Jeans.
Yeah, you don't really need them.
Not necessary.
I probably still bought too many clothes. It's better to pack nice and tight. You can wash it so you don't need to bring loads.
Yes, my rash vest, for no apparent reason.
Yeah, actually I brought a rash vest and I never used it.
Yeah.
It's still in my bag. That's a good point. I haven't...
Takes up loads of room.
Hiking boots.
I don't think I brought enough stuff, to be honest.
Toothpaste and toothbrush.
Actually, yeah, I lost enough stuff. I think everything's gone. I actually wish I brought toiletries, clothes, pants, socks, all the essentials I should have brought. I think I already know the answer to this one, but what is your favourite animal been and why?
Oh, I like leopard. And that is why I choose to call this truck Chewy. Chewy is the Swahili word of leopard though. I do like leopard because I think they're really clever animals. If they have a kill, the first thing is to look at the tree and take them up the tree. And once it's on the tree though, that is a safe place to be. Nothing else will take it.
I'm stuck between a cheetah and a rock hyrax.
They're quite different actually, aren't they? Yeah.
Elephants, because they're awesome. And we've seen loads of them now.
Yeah, we've seen loads.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't get to see my favorite animal because that should have been a leopard, but I never got to see one.
Cheetah. All the lions on the land.
Lions. And why?
Is that awesome? And it was just big and there.
Nice.
Elephants, because they are my favourite animals in the whole entire world.
Probably like when the bush baby was climbing on me in that restaurant. That was pretty cool. Cheetahs, getting a cheetah to lick you on the knees, also pretty cool. And then walking up with lions again, like a lion a meter away from me is also pretty cool. But great white sharks, hands down, thrashing against the cage, like wild sharks, nice. Can't ask for better.
Elephants, hands down, it definitely has to be elephants. Every time I saw them, I was in awe of them.
Antelope. Just kidding. I think the elephant. They're just so majestic. You never get sick of seeing them. I'm with her. Elephants are definitely the best, but I like zebras, so that was fantastic.
Elephants.
Elephants.
And why?
They're cute.
Yeah, they were just impressive in every setting. The size and stature of them and the different behaviours.
Name one interesting thing you learnt on this trip.
Interesting thing that I learned on this trip. I don't know.
Going to see the Himba people and seeing them in such a different culture and how well preserved they are.
I've learned quite a lot of things on this trip though. The first one is when Chelsea says to go to Seseflay. Most of the clans that do have nobody goes to Seseflay, but it was really interesting for other people to go there and have a look and see what is happening there or what's there.
If you pee sitting down, I learned this from an Icelandic guide, if you pee sitting down, it gets all the pee out, instead of when you go to piss and then you come back again, there's a little bit of pee still left, whereas if you pee sitting down, oh god. That's genuinely the best thing I learned on this trip.
Robin Island is named after seals, and it's because the word robin comes from seal from the Dutch colony, I think.
There's 24 types of poison snakes in Namibia where we're bush camping, and the hospitals are hard to find.
But it is possible to wear the same clothes for 5 days in a row and how to cook potatoes.
Oh my god, you didn't know how to cook potatoes?
Not properly. Apparently couldn't cook anything.
Which country's been your favourite?
Oh my goodness, I have quite a number of countries, but my most interesting and the one I liked the most, I would say it's Namibia.
Namibia, yeah.
Namibia. In terms of scenery, Namibia actually tops the list. Then in terms of the hospitality of the people, I would go for Zimbabwe.
Tanzania. And that's because going to the Serengeti and Ngorongoro crater were absolute highlights for me, even now, even though they were right at the beginning of the trip.
Ew. Well, Botswana was the most beautiful, but I love the people in Tanzania.
It's a bit of a toss-up, but Botswana for all the elephants and wildlife, and Namibia just because it's so varied.
Malawi.
Zimbabwe and Namibia. I'd say Namibia is number one, but Zimbabwe would be two.
Possibly Botswana, with all the elephants and Etosha and all that kind of stuff.
Namibia?
Zimbabwe.
Would you...
The snakes getting shot and the fact that it's a little bit like Scotland. It's pretty good.
Namibia also is a really good country, beautiful sceneries. It all changes though, all the time.
Yeah.
It does changes, but it's been really, I really like Namibia.